my time to shine. He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it. They were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
To the Catholic League semifinals we go. Marion High School, Birmingham, Michigan. The scene of perhaps the biggest game of this year. It's Brother Rice and St. Mary's, and an opportunity for these two teams to get to the Friday championship to take on #1 UAD Jesuit. Hello again, everybody. My name is Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day here at Marion High School Stick, and we've got one of the best games in the state that they've seen this year. Brother Rice St. Mary's, they played once already this season. The Eaglets looking for revenge tonight. Brother Rice looking to continue upon their 15-game win streak, which has been extremely impressive.
Yeah, and kind of for both teams, it's been the season of the role players coming together and finding their own without superstars. Brother Rice, obviously, you know, they lost part of pretty much their big three last year, and they have a bunch of players this year that have congealed. They've come together as a team, and they're playing some incredible basketball. A tip of the cap to Coach Palmer. This could be his best coaching job of his career to get this team to where they are. And St. Mary's, as you know, they lost Trey McKinney, 5-6 games ago? They had to figure out how to play without Trey McKinney for the first time in 3 years. And there you get a look at the McDonald's All-American. And St. Mary's, it took them a little while to figure it out, but it seems like the role players have figured out how to play without Trey. Now they got to put Trey back in the offense, which when you can put an All-American in, I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, Trey came back with a 21-point performance back on Saturday, and the Eaglets win over Toledo St. John's to get here. You look at these two teams and how they match up in the 65th meeting all-time between these two clubs, Stick. Some interesting matchups. The new addition, Greg Grays, has really been the storyline. The kid that transferred over from Farmington. This guy has been special, elite, and he's kind of flown under the radar. But Rick Palmer really likes what he has in this young man.
Yeah, he said he's pretty much just chalking it in as 20 points. He's not sure how he's going to get them. He doesn't have to run an offense for him, but just book him for 20 points. Everything beyond that is extra credit. But that's just the type of player he is. He comes into this game. He's kind of their Mr. Do-Everything. He's going to be handling the ball against the man-on-man pressure by Sherrod Barnes, so that's going to be a fun matchup to watch as well.
Meanwhile, Orchard Lake St. Mary's has had to learn life without Trey McKinney. You mentioned he missed 5 games. He just came back Saturday. How have the Eaglets looked in the evolution of this team without Trey McKinney?
Well, the one big evolution and the change in the lineup that's really made a difference is Luke Crichton stepping in. I mean, he reminds me a lot of Smith or Smythe from last year, a defensive player and a three-point specialist. That was kind of the role missing for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Since they've added him in, they've been a much stronger ball club.
All right, we've got the starting lineups coming up. We'll step aside in Marion. It's St. Mary's and Brother Rice coming up right after this. Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Time to meet the starters for tonight's broadcast and game between the Eaglets and the Brother Rice Warriors. Brother Rice 18-1, 6-1 in league play, the number 2 seed in the Catholic League tournament, riding a 15-game win streak. They'll start at the guard spot with Logan Hamama, 5'10", a senior. Jeremiah Caffey, 12 points a game for the senior forward at 6'3", having a great senior year. Greg Grays has been the story, though. 18 points a game to lead the way. UAD Mercy offer. He's just a junior. He's been a great one so far for the boys in orange and black. David Williams is the starting point guard spot. Williams, 13 points a game. The senior guard has done it all. Fabulous senior season. Great distributor. In the middle, it's Trevor Smith, the 6'7" junior, to round out the starting 5 for Rick Palmer in his 7th year, who got his 100th win back on January 11th over Muskegon in the Gotta Get It Classic. Brother Rice will look to advance and try to get a chance to get their second CHSL title in 3 years. Let's meet the starters for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, the Eaglets, the reigning Catholic League champions and state champions, 12-6 on the year, 5-2 in Catholic League play. They lost 4 of 6 games to start 2025. More losses in that stretch than they've had the last 2 years. But the Eaglets have Trey McKinney back, and life is a lot better with the All-American. Trey McKinney, number 1, the senior, the top scorer, 23 points a game. Sherrod Barnes is the point guard, the guy that stirs the drink at 6'2", 175. Luke Crichton in that starting lineup, one of the newer movements for the Eaglets, 6'4" shooter, missed all of last year, sat out. He's a baseball commit to Indiana. Isaiah Zip Hines is the other guard. Isaiah, senior at 6 foot. And Jaden Savory in the middle, 6'5", 225, committed to Michigan State to play tight end in football. Todd Covert in his 10th year, the reigning MHSAA Coach of the Year. And we're set for basketball. These two prized programs going at it from Marion. Chad Bush and Sam Stickday.
And the student section, we are pretty much right inside the Brother Rice student section, so you're going to be hearing a lot of them tonight. But both schools have brought it. It's the Catholic League playoffs. Expect to see some fireworks.
The winner gets UAD on Friday from Callahan. As Savory and the Eaglets win the tip, here they come right to left in red. Top side Savory. Right wing for Sherrod. Sherrod against tight man-to-man Brother Rice defense. Two very good defenses going at it. Zip Hines in the short corner right. Out to Luke Crichton now. And an extended possession for the Eaglets. Coming off a win on Saturday to Toledo St. John's by double digits.
Yeah, Zip Hines, another one of those guys that grew while Trey McKinney was out. He kind of fits a more point guard role now for them instead of coming off the bench as a spark.
Long possession here. Zip Hines nearly lost it. Sherrod saves it. Now back to Trey. Missed 5 games with a broken hand or wrist. And Trey lost it. Trevor Smith stole it. On the run ahead, David Williams to the rack, reverse no. And Trey with a rebound. We're scoreless 1 minute in.
Yeah, Trey with a turnover coming off that weak hand as you see Sherrod Barnes take it to the hoop for the and one.
Counted in a foul. Sherrod takes it himself with the pigtails popping in the red bandana. He'll go line left and try to make it a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, Sherrod Barnes came into St. Mary's known as an on-the-ball defender, and he's really worked on that offensive game as you see the balance to be able to spin and find the rim.
Sherrod committed to Western Michigan. And he's been the lead guy running the show for the Eaglets. 4-year varsity player. And a very good free throw shooter that misses the shot. And here we go. 2-0 Eaglets. Logan Hamama right point. Trevor Smith top of the circle. Rips, drives against Savory. Left-handed shot, no. Short against Savory, walling up.
Smith just a little too fast on that rotation.
Eaglets, Trey McKinney, McDonald's All-American, being fronted by Caffey. Physical start. Zip Hines into the paint. No. Contact, no call. And Trevor Smith trying to get out of trouble, and it's off the toe of Savory. Ball out of bounds, baseline left.
Well, that's just a little taste of what we can expect in this game. I mean, we're already 2 minutes in, 2 points on the board. Hard man-to-man defense both ways.
Yes, sir.
Caffrey doing a strong job on Trey McKinney so far.
Brother Rice coming off their win over Toledo St. Francis on Saturday in the quarterfinals right here at Marion. Shot right side short, ball loose. Trevor Smith had it, fouled by St. Mary's. Foul's going to go on Sherrod Barnes. That'll be his first and the team's first.
And you're seeing it early. The size of Trevor Smith is causing St. Mary's some issues. You know, Savory's got the strength, but Smith has the length. We're going to see how that plays out.
He does. He's had a much improved junior campaign as most expected. Brother Rice came into the year with a lot of question marks, but boy, they have a ton of answers right now, and he's one of them. Trevor Smith ties it with 5:45 to go in the first.
Yeah, and Brother Rice, I think they see something early in that offense, and they're going to be going to him often.
They've been active attacking the paint, and so have the Eaglets. Trey's first shot is up and heels out. No, tip back by Luke Crichton and a reset. Back to Trey. Pull up, mid-range, in and out and back in for the Michigan commit, Trey McKinney. Eaglets by 2.
But that was all brought to you by Luke Crichton, fighting for that loose ball with the tip-out rebound, giving Trey the ability to drive the lane.
Yes, sir.
And that's the stuff he's brought into the lineup since he's got in there against East Catholic.
Right wing attack by Williams. Pull up 3, Williams no. Rebound Trey McKinney. Trey on the run, 3-on-2. Sherrod corner 3, got it.
That's a great sign for Orchard Lake St. Mary's if Sherrod Barnes gets going early. Trey McKinney on the break with a good lead pass, able to find him in the corner for the spot up 3. Getting the student section fired up.
So far in this game, St. Mary's starts 3 of 5, Brother Rice 1 of 5. Williams, a great facilitator for this offense. Greg Gray's the top scorer. His father played at Penn State as well as UAD. That's where Grays has an offer to. Shot off the mark again. Brother Rice just 1 of 6 to start. Trey attack, left hand laying good. Hot knife through butter. And the Eaglets are up a touchdown in Birmingham.
Yeah, you think Trey McKinney missed playing basketball? Glide through the paint, left-handed layup, and a little flex afterwards.
Grays loose with a lid, nearly lost it. Caffey's got his back. Caffey in 13 a game to Hamama, and he traveled with it.
Yeah, I'm a big Hamama fan, though. I mean, every time we've watched this kid play, he is nothing but hustle, nothing but grit, and gets it done for his team.
Yes, he has been a blessing for Rick Palmer in his senior year. He will check out here, though, and they will check in Jacob Lamb. Lamb was the hero against Orchard Lake in the first matchup. A 66-64 win for Brother Rice. Ball knocked out of bounds by Caffey. Eaglets will keep it. Sidelines out of bounds near side.
And you love what Isaiah Caffey is doing. It seems like he's taking this matchup personal. He wants to challenge himself against the McDonald's All-American.
And he's hearing it in front of the Brother Rice student section, which brought it tonight, dressed up. Sherrod kick to Isaiah Zip Hines, being checked by Jacob. Kick to the corner, Crichton dribbles, drives, dishes, Savory scores. Timeout, Rick Palmer, we'll take it with him. Eaglets by 9. Back in a moment. The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here. That's Rick Palmer in his 7th year. Got his 100th win earlier this year against Muskegon. Went to Country Day, played for Kurt Keener. Went on to Albion And look, he's led this team to their best performance perhaps in his career. An impressive coaching job by Rick Palmer, who's got that handicap down to scratch 0.0. Last year it's back up to a 1. And there he is chugging some water and getting his team right. They're down 9 with 3:15 to go. Williams misses the runner. Trey with a rebound. Trevor Smith hit the deck. Eaglets have numbers if they hustle. They don't. Trey runs through Williams. Zip Hines for 3. Air ball. Sherrod lost it, and Sherrod got it back. Sherrod was fouled by Trevor Smith on the reach-in.
A lot happening on that play, and Rick Palmer is all over the official. I think during the timeout he said, guys, we got to be more aggressive. They drove it right to the lane. Unfortunately, they didn't get the contact, but here you see St. Mary's hustling, getting the ball, and then they get the call on the other end. That's what'll drive a coach nuts as you see Rick Palmer on the baseline.
He didn't like that call. St. Mary's has started 5 of 8 from the floor. Brother Rice 1 of 7. Trey Fader got it from 17. Trey puts that too small sign down. Eaglets by 11.
That's just impossible to stop that step back jump shot that he has. Oh, Sherrod Barnes forcing it over and back. Got his fingertips on it. Brother Rice was able to maintain it just a little bit, but then it touched the line, turning it over.
2 turnovers for Brother Rice, back-to-back possessions. St. Mary's behind 6 Trey McKinney points and 5 Sherrod Barnes points. Have an 11-point lead with 2:30 left. Trey down low from Savory, got it. And the Warriors have had a nightmare start, and the Eaglets are making this look too easy.
Yeah, the high-low game with those two is something special. As we know, Savory wanted to be a basketball player in life. Then he put on a football uniform before he even touched the field. He got a D1 offer, so he's going to play football, but basketball is his passion.
Grays for 3 to get this Rice offense going on their second triple attempt. Greg Grays putting up 18 points, their top scorer. Savory down the lane, puts it up, rolls out, no. Williams on the run. Rice looking for back-to-back points. Williams, no. Savory with a board. And the Eaglets have just had an absolute lid on the cylinder for the Warriors.
Yeah, the Warriors have been getting in the paint, and they've had some close bunnies. They just haven't been able to get them to fall, and it could be a little bit of the contact that's not being called, and I think that's what Coach is going to keep talking about.
It's an offensive foul. Savory went to set the screen and got busted for it. Meanwhile, the Warriors will check into the game. Sebastian Thrower. Here's another look at the illegal screen. That was Sherrod Barnes with the movement.
So that's 2 fouls on Sherrod Barnes, something to look at throughout this game as he gets subbed out for Mateen Cleaves Jr.
The son of Mateen Cleaves, former national champion at Michigan State.
And it's been fun to watch him as a freshman grow, too, at the varsity level. He's got a very methodical game.
They love the maturity, the poise of Cleaves. Grays again for 3, no. Chase down by Thrower, but Trey boxed him out. Eaglets get it back. Brother Rice 2 of 10 to start the game. St. Mary's 7 of 11 to start it. Each team with a triple on 3 tries.
Yeah, you expect the shots to start falling for Brother Rice as you see an untimely turnover on the inbound pass.
Thrower tried to make it burn, but he airmailed it, and Cleaves lost it. Lamb tied him up, and it's going to go back to Brother Rice, whose effort has been high in this game, but just not a lot of points to show for it.
Well, and that's what you got to give to this team for Brother Rice this year. They are an effort team. They're never going to back down, and that's a great call by you right there on that possession.
Williams to trigger. Gave it into Trevor Smith on that baseline against Savory. Lost it. Tight man to man. Floats it up, throws it up, and Lamb saves it.
Yeah, I don't think that's where you want Trevor Smith operating with the basketball.
Nope. High ball screen. Lamb attacks down the avenue. Shot up no for the Berkeley native, but he'll go line right and shoot 2.
Yeah, Lamb is a fun player to watch. Here you see him with the left-handed dribble. He kind of up over his head behind the back to get that shot off, but it still counts and it gets you to the free throw line.
Yep. That's it. This was the hero in the first matchup. He made the game-winning shot, ripped it out of the hands of an Eaglet, put it in, and Brother Rice won in dramatic fashion at home in that first matchup on the 24th of January.
Yeah, the student section stormed the court. You saw Orchard Lake St. Mary's social media team posting that video today for some inspiration for their team.
Missed the shot. Savory grabs the rebound, and we stay at 12-5. Zip Hines, key off the bench last year for the Eaglets. He's been on the bench, coming off the bench and starting a little bit of a mix this year. Eaglets get blitzed, and Isaiah gets fouled in the paint.
Yeah, it looks like Brother Rice is going to switch up their defense and start sending the double team at Trey the minute he's ISO'd with the ball. And that time he was able to get it out of his hands, get it to Zip Hines, used his quickness to get in the lane and get fouled.
Yes, sir. Ball out of bounds, baseline left. Hines to trigger, lobs into Trey. Trey with 8 in this game to go with 4 rebounds. Luke Crichton, the Indiana commit for baseball, no. Axel Newell, the state champion quarterback for St. Mary's, is in. Greg Grays to the rack, and Trey blocked it, but that's goaltending, and that's 2 points for Grays. Hamama will check back in, and Robert Blackwell will check in. Here's another look, Stick. What do you think?
Yeah, it was off the glass first, and you can't do that in basketball. It's fun to see, though. And you know what? When you have a team struggling, you don't want to let them see the ball go through the hoop, so maybe a little strategic as well.
Yep. That's it. Cleves will run the show. The freshman in a tough spot. Pull up 3 at the horn, no. And that's how it ends. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back for the second period. Eaglets by 8. Back after these.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores! Well, Arm Pavement Services is a family-owned company that's been in business for 5 years. Austin Moore, graduate of St. Mary's at 13. Ross Moore, 2015. And Rod Moore, they're honored. And Rod's an honorary alum of St. Mary's in 2019. Arm Pavement Services offers a range of pavement maintenance services, including asphalt paving, concrete paving, seal coating, crack fill, and stripping. Their website, you can find them at armpavementservices.com. The email is bids@armpavementservices.com, or you can call them at 833-PAVEMENTS. We thank Rod Moore, who's in the house tonight. We'll talk to him at halftime, and the good folks at Arm Pavement Services. Meanwhile, 15-7, St. Mary's leads as we go to the second. Stick, what do you see in that stat sheet?
Well, St. Mary's making shots and Brother Rice not making shots. 3 of 12 for Brother Rice, 7 of 12 for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And, of course, that leads to more rebounds for Orchard Lake St. Mary's as well.
The Eaglets out-rebounding Brother Rice 11-5. Big number in the game.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you miss that many shots, right?
Yep, you're right. Hines throws it away to Caffey. Thrower's got his back. And the Warriors come out in the second quarter with a quick 2 to cut this thing to 6.
Well, you could tell the Warriors have picked up that pressure on St. Mary's. I mean, in the past couple minutes, St. Mary's with turnovers and easy buckets for Brother Rice. And that's what can get them going.
Hines lost it again. Back-to-back turnovers. Hamama stripped them. Hamama on the run. Right corner kick. David Williams 3-0. Hines with a rebound. Here come the Eaglets.
And even though that's a missed shot, that's a great look for Brother Rice.
Rice 1 of 5 from 3 to start. Eaglets not so hot either, 1 of 4. The University of Michigan commit Trey McKinney, all-time leading scorer in Eaglet history, to Isaiah Hines in the corner. Splash City. Second triple of the game for the Eaglets. And the first points of the game for Zip. Here's another look at the triple.
Yeah, well, that was the first time you see Brother Rice switch to their zone defense. And how do you beat a zone? Knock down outside shots. So I'm going to be interested to see if Palmer elects to go to that on the next possession down the court.
Eaglets by 9. They've led by as many as 11. Dribble drive. Williams into trouble. Patiently finds it. Thrower comes up with it to Caffey. Bit of a disjointed offense for Brother Rice from what we've seen at times this year. It's been very smooth. Trey with a pick of the pocket of Hamama. Trey will get it popped from behind by Hamama with great hustle. Trey hits the deck. And concern for the Eaglet faithful who saw him sit for 5 games. And that hand got affected a little bit, I think, here, Stick.
Yeah, you see him. We're going to see if he came down on it. But this is what I was talking about Hamama earlier. He gave up the turnover, but no quit in his game. There you see Trey coming down full force on that left hand and immediately holding the wrist.
Right into the lap of Chris Armani Rhodes. He doesn't mind company. Trey, step back 3, got it.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Trey McKinney, double team in a zone. I'll do it by myself.
Trey's got 11. And he looks lively tonight. Right corner, answer 3, in and out, no. And an over the back called. And it's on Savory, so we'll stay here as Axel Newell will check in. Here's the over the back on the missed shot and the rebound attempt.
Yeah, that's 2 fouls on Jaden Savory, so to protect him, Todd Covert going to take him to the bench, but here you get a look at the missed three-pointer and that double bump off the rim sometimes throw off your boxing out.
Yeah, that was a funky hop, eh?
Yep.
Kick corner, Greg Grays stepped on that sideline and flipped it over. That's turnover number 4 for Brother Rice in this game. St. Mary's has turned it over 6 times, but Brother Rice hasn't really been able to take advantage of those turnovers, despite them being live ball turnovers.
Yeah, well, you saw the one right before the end of the first quarter. Instead of holding it for the teammate, they just went for the open 3 and didn't make it. So it's tough when you do those types of things.
That's right. Isaiah Hines, fader from the short corners too long. Grays with a rebound, and here comes the UAD offered Greg Grays Jr. They'll play in Callahan on Friday. They're able to get past the Eaglets. Attack in the paint, foul called. Free throws coming for David Williams, the lead man in this offense.
Yeah, they're calling that on Crichton, but to me it looked like he got all ball. He's looking around, but there has been some calls. There's been some physicality that didn't get called, so send him to the free throw line, and we'll see if the ball lies.
This is the 65th meeting all time between these two teams. It's a series that started in 1983. And St. Mary's leads the all-time series 44-20. However, Brother Rice won the last meeting and the only meeting this year. There you see Todd Covert, who got his team to the promised land last year and broke that 24-year drought for the Eaglets in the basketball title rings. They have 5 state titles in their 112-year basketball history. Hines to Cleaves, and Cleaves down the avenue with a floater that's short, and Williams on the run.
Yeah, Brother Rice back in their man-to-man defense. Cleaves with a beautiful take, just couldn't get it to go. And there you see Rice pushing it on the other end. I mean, all of their shots have come in the paint. Very few three-point shots. And there you see the nice spin and the take. We'll send him to the line.
Rick Palmer can't say enough great things about David Williams. Guy that's a winner, just wants to distribute. And he's really come into his own. He's leaned that body up. And Rick says, look, this is a guy that can play college basketball. You see Todd Covert in his 10th year. Todd coaching for his alma mater. And you look at the record, 12-6, 6 losses for St. Mary's. And I mean, at the surface, it looks like, wow. And Rick Palmer, who's led his team to a 15-game win streak. But St. Mary's strength of schedule is as good as anybody in this state. Look, Brother Rice has played a great schedule too, But St. Mary's has gone on the road and played a national schedule.
Yeah, and brought some national acts to town, too, like the Villages and IMG, Darius Acuff, and they sold out the O-Arena at Oakland University. So, yeah, some big games for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Unfortunately for them, they weren't able to get the win in any of those games, but they were competitive in all of those games.
More than competitive against IMG, the number 1 team in the country. They led them by 11 points at one point. We'll step aside. We're coming back to Birmingham. Thanks for joining us. Back after these.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McKinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut. Well, tonight's food is killer. And can you still say that, by the way? I hope, because it's so good.
Whatever superlative you want to use it.
This Taco Bros back here, and I hope you got some, Rodmore, is absolutely phenomenal. Mexican street food, and they provided us with all the grub tonight. Taco Bros, located in Royal Oak at 32538 Woodward Avenue. Driven by it 1,000 times without going in. I promise I won't do that again. Great grub tonight. All kinds of mix of tacos and burritos and deliciousness. Oh, the guac. The guac was amazing.
The fresh salsa, the chip. It was all, honestly, we've had a lot of great food sponsors, but that's some of the best food we've ever had.
It is. We thank Matt Zankus for scoring that. Brother Rice graduate. Step back 18-footer, Trey McKinney, and that's 18-footer that's fresh. Yeah, Trey 13 points.
Trey McKinney showing his fresh legs, too. He's able to take those step-back jumpers and get the height on his jump shot. 2 week off. I'm sure he hasn't had 2 weeks off of playing basketball since he was 5 years old. My goodness.
Caffey with a stick back, one-hand hammer. Jeremiah Caffey at 6'3", putting up 12 a game with a rattler.
And you got to give him credit. He's given all out on the defensive end, too.
Kick back from Sherrod to Isaiah Hines. No, but he's fouled on the leaner. By the way, Trey McKinney starts this game 6 of 7 from the floor to go with his 13 points. As you see the hammer from Caffey show that athleticism.
Yeah, and it looks like he's gotten bigger over the course of this season, too. I mean, he's put on some muscle, and as you can see, he's been working on those calf muscles because he can jump.
No, Caffey, it makes sense.
See what I did there?
I like it. Free throw up and good for Isaiah Zip Hines. Peyton Kemp has checked into the game for the Eaglets. Meanwhile, for the Warriors, into the game is the freshman Adam Tribal, number 20. Has Tribal got a man bun in? What's he got?
I did not know. All right. But as a freshman, getting some play time at a school like Brother Rice, the kid's got game.
Yeah, big-time player. Brother and sister that went to St. Mary's, and another couple brothers that went to the Brother Rice. House divided tonight for the Tribals, perhaps.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And you wonder why.
Yeah, right. Well, that's good banter, perhaps, in the postgame with him. I don't know if we'll get a chance for the G of the game, but he's got 4 years to get there. Trey McKinney, forced 3, no good. Tough shot. Friendly fire for the Warriors, but Lamb comes away with it.
Yeah, that shot for Trey McKinney, that's one of those. You can get that anytime. You don't need to take that.
Known to take tough shots and make tough shots, but yeah, that's one you can certainly get anytime. Peyton Kemp with a steal, 3-on-2 developing. Eaglets on the run. Peyton Kemp, nowhere to go, leans in and got it to fall. Peyton Kemp with a bucket. He's a sophomore, and the Eaglets have their largest lead of 14 points with 3 minutes to go.
Man, talk about the patience. He had his man on the floor, still kept his pivot foot, and able to make a nice little jumper out of it. No panic.
Grays for 3, top of the circle, no good. Trey with a rebound. And the Eaglets in control right now with their largest lead.
Yeah, Gray's just a little off balance on that shot. From our angle, you could see his shoulders were tilted just away.
Sherrod fakes the three and had it stripped and ripped. Grays with a 2-on-1 to the rack. Fouled by Trey. He'll have to earn it. Line right with a couple of free throws. And Grays is slow to get up on that right baseline.
Yeah, Trey McKinney pretty much goes straight up, but he leans into him and gets him in the body. That's a good call by the ref. He's going to head to the free throw line to shoot, too, as soon as he gets up. Because Gray's a wide body up top guy, too. So for him to be taking a second, you know it's got to be a little bit of pain.
Yeah.
It's like a funny bone incident.
Yeah. His father trains him. And, yeah, he's shaking it out,
Yeah,
isn't
you
he?
know that move, Chad, when you slam your elbow down.
Oh, man. His father was a 2002 Southfield Lathrop grad. And he put up 18 a game before moving on to Penn State and then eventually UD Mercy. But he's his trainer as well.
Go Titans?
Yeah, your Titans. Tighten up. We'll be at Callahan Hall on Friday for the championship game. It'll be U of D who earned the right after their win 65-54 over De La Salle in the game before this. U of D, the only team to give Brother Rice a loss this year. And that happened 15 games ago. For the Warriors, they can hardly remember that feeling. It's been that great of a run, a 15-game run. Grays knocks them both in. It's a 12-point Eaglet lead, 2.5 left.
And Brother Rice has played well on the defensive end. I mean, holding St. Mary's at 27 points so far is pretty good look. It's just they cannot get the buckets to go in.
Trey clears it out against Grace. Pull up three in his face, got it. That 6'8" wingspan expands, and Trey has 16 points in this game.
Let's see the difference on that three-pointer compared to the one that he missed. It was a double team. He was jumping to his right as you get a strip by Kemp.
Kemp on the attack, laying good. St. Mary's by 17, and Rick Palmer has seen enough. Eaglets starting to flex with a lot of time left. Come on back to Marion High School Catholic League semifinals for the Prep.
All right, this is Adam. Take two. Mark?
I guess. I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Todd Covert in his 10th year, also the vice chancellor of Orchard Lake Schools. Todd has had this club on some kind of a run and has built the program. And after learning from his mentor, George Porritt, and winning the title as an assistant that season, Todd has brought the Eaglets back to the promised land. Coach of the year last year, well deserved. And a 3-letter winner at St. Mary's. But golf would get him to Oakland U. And basketball has given him a nice career. And the Eaglets are rolling right now by 17 stick. It's been quite a run for Covert and the Eaglets over the last couple years. But folks forget they got 6 losses this year, but the Eaglets playing like those 6 losses really helped them get to this point.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, those bad things that happen to you can turn into good things if you're the right coach with the right players and you have the right mindset. And you saw a lot of improvement out of Orchard Lake St. Mary's in the games that Trey McKinney was out, and it gave you kind of a glimpse into their future, too.
Covert assisted by associate head coach Leonard Karshi in his 34th year, Brad Crichton and Marcus Webster as well. There's a foul. It's an offensive one. It's going to go. Here's another look. They'll give the foul to number 22, Trevor Smith.
Yeah, moving screen, just kind of stepped into him. When you're a big fella like that out there on an island, the officials can see a lot.
Eaglet basketball. Zip Hines had it stolen again. He's had trouble with turnovers tonight. Cathy with sticky fingers. Throw is low. And Brother Rice continues to look disjointed offensively. And you got to credit St. Mary's defense for most of it.
Yeah, but things like that, a low throw to where your shooter's got to reset and allows the defense time to get there. It's that crispness that they're missing so far in this game as you get a steal by St. Mary's.
1 minute to go in the half.
That's been a good physical matchup all game long. Caffrey, he has not backed down. He's got that competitive spirit because Trey McKinney, he's 6'4", but he is built from head to toe. He's a tough kid. Most people bounce off of him. McCaffrey's been playing him really tough.
Float, Painter, Peyton, no. Grays with a big boy rebound. 40 seconds left. Pull up, Grays, 3. No. He has struggled tonight to shoot it.
I like that decision, though, for that three-point shot because you had Axel backpedaling and you knew you were going to get a clear look at it. Well, the unfortunate part is it gives St. Mary's pretty much the last possession of the half.
Grays has over half 100 triples this year. It's been their best. Trey, 1 against 3. Back to Cleaves, and now the Eaglets with 10 seconds left want the last shot. Hines the man to do it. High on the left, Isaiah down the avenue. Pull up 18-footer, got it at the horn. Eaglets all over Brother Rice in this first half. 34-15, opening up their largest lead.
Isaiah Zip Hines, we said he's kind of coming to his own without Trey McKinney, and there you see him finding that range and giving dap to the All-American.
Rod Moore is next, right after this.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Welcome back to Marion High School for the CHSL semifinals. St. Mary's in the lead at the break, 34-15. We bring in one of our sponsors tonight from Arm Pavement Services. It's the CEO, Rod Moore, joining us, along with his sons Austin and Ross behind us. An outstanding business, asphalt, cement, crack filling, so many things that you guys do. Let's start off. Tell the great folks what you're doing and how you got there.
Well, my son Ross, standing behind me, played college football. He had a pro day at the University of Toledo. It got canceled during COVID. So after he soaked for a while, I asked him what he wanted to do. And he said he wanted to start an asphalt pavement maintenance business. And that's basically how we got started, even though I've been in the business for almost 50 years. So that's how we kicked off our career as Arm Pavement Services.
And look, this is cool. I mean, you're doing this with your boys, and you had a little bit of a background in the business, but what kind of special additive has it been like working with your sons in this kind of business?
Well, working with your sons sometimes can be tough, but I got to say, this is one of the most rewarding things in my life because I had the opportunity to work at Cadillac Asphalt under my father. And so to have these guys be such a great part of what we do every day and to be on the ground floor in the sales and just every part of the business, I'm trying to teach them so they can eventually take over and send me a check.
That's what it's all about. Hey, I got my dad here too. I know how that goes. It's not always easy, but it's fruitful. What types of things have you guys been able to do? I mean, obviously you've grown the business. It's been, what, 4 years now?
This is actually our 5th anniversary.
Okay.
We came up with the idea March 2020, and this is going to be our 5th anniversary. And we started off basically being a driveway seal coater, and now we moved into mostly commercial work. We have the ability to do concrete, asphalt, seal coating, paving, patching, anything to do with the parking lot. Give us a call. And even if it's something that we don't have in-house, we'll bring in somebody else to get it done for you.
And I know your boys are proud St. Mary's guys, and you're an honorary alum as well. What did Orchard Lake St. Mary's mean to you and your boys and your family?
Well, I chose St. Mary's because my local school didn't seem like they were educating kids with the same values that I wanted. So Marcus Webster, who happens to be one of the coaches on the basketball team, I had a meeting with him, and he said, go over and check out St. Mary's. My boys are there. I went over. I fell in love with it, and I really couldn't afford it at the time. And my wife says, okay, smarty pants, what are you going to do next year? Because I had the money saved for the first year. And I told her, I said, we'll worry about next year when next year comes. And I put 3 kids through Catholic school and all through college, and just a proud group, the Moores.
And I know you're also proud of the Catholic League. You've grown to love the Catholic League brothers outside of Orchard Lake St. Mary's. It's a neat league, isn't it? And they've grown a nice brotherhood, and you see that in your business.
I have to say that this league is probably one of the best in the country when it comes to football, basketball, and even our other sports. My kids were able to win 3 state championships at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Austin won a football. Ross won football and track his senior year. And we're just committed to Orchard Lake. And I got to bring up one special person to me, and that's Tony Katurba. The late Tony Katurba made our lives nice at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. He's probably one of the nicest guys I ever met, so I had to give him a shout-out doing this interview.
Rod, got to give you a shout-out. Thank you very much. If folks want to get involved with your business, want to quote, how should they proceed?
Well, you can go to our website at armpavementservices.com, or you can give us a call at 1-833-PAVEMENT, 1-833-PAVEMENT.
That's Rod Moore, that's Austin, and that's Ross. Thank you, gentlemen. All the best, continued success. A great 5-year run. Congratulations. Much more to come.
Thank you, and we'll be sponsoring again.
All right, we appreciate that. That's Rod Moore. He's the head of Arm Pavement Services with Austin and Ross. Go find him, and you've got the number on the ad. More to come from halftime. Analysis, highlights, stats, and much, much more coming up right after this.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Some highlights of the first half.
Eaglets had a 15-7 lead at the end of one, and they outscored Brother Rice 19-8 in the second as well. Stick, what do you notice on the stat sheets?
Well, you know, like kind of we mentioned after the first quarter, St. Mary's just making shots, shooting 60% from the floor, 50% from the three-point line, 4 of 8. And then really, you know, just some surprising factors in this for Brother Rice. David Williams, one of their star players, 0 of 7 from the field. That's not a recipe for success for Brother Rice. And then you look at St. Mary's star player, Trey McKinney, 7 of 9 from the field for 16 points. Also had 6 rebounds to go with that, a couple of assists, a steal. Needless to say, Orchard Lake St. Mary's happy to have Trey McKinney back in the lineup, but you're getting role players contributed too, like Isaiah Zip Hines and Peyton Kemp as well.
So the Eaglets shoot 61% from the floor. There you see some of the numbers. And the biggest stick that you see, I mean, the shooting, as you said, making shots. Brother Rice has forced the Eaglets into 8 turnovers. But in the end, you got to make shots to win the ball game. And the Eaglets have just been stingy defensively. And they've got Trey McKinney. He's been the difference in this game.
Yeah, and that's that stiff man-to-man defense. And you saw Brother Rice, they started out the game, they were playing tough man-to-man defense. Then they started to run a double team at Trey. Then they went to a zone defense. Brother Rice, they're trying. They're throwing everything they can at this Orchard Lake St. Mary's team. But as we know, when this team is clicking, they have all the pieces at all the positions to beat you any way they can.
Yes, sir. I want to thank our friends at the Avenue on Woodward. 312-53, the Avenue, 248-549-4130. Boy, they've got some great carry-out. Get a lot of breakfast there. Family loves it. And great family atmosphere. Always fun to get to the Avenue. Find them on Woodward in Royal Oak. Chad Bush, Sam Stick Day back with you. Alex Westfall is your executive producer. Also want to thank Taco Bros. They supplied the food today. It's Mexican street food, and boy, is it just absolutely luscious.
I felt awful how much I was eating before everybody else could get to it.
Yeah, no wonder you were taking a nap back there. Pounding chorizo tacos and shredded shrimp.
Listen, I don't know why the prep staff is afraid to go at the guac, but I went straight for the guac. It sat there while everybody else was eating. I was like, okay.
Really?
I eyed it. Nobody went for the guac. You know what I did? I sat here with the tub of guac, and I ate it.
Oh, it's so bright green. You know it's fresh.
Yeah.
You know by that color. Anyway, go find them, 248-951-8968. Also on Woodward Avenue in Royal Oak. Our good friend Matt Zankis was busy on Woodward today, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, that's right down the street from the studio, so I'm going to hit them up for lunch.
Yeah, man. Bring that back for the boys from Woodward. I love it. We'll start the second half with Brother Rice basketball. David Williams to trigger. David with a tough start. 0 of 7 from the floor. Look for Brother Rice to come back with a stronger shooting second half. This is a Brother Rice team that beat Muskegon earlier this year. They got to get a classic 66-50. And an impressive showing.
Yeah, I was able to call that game, and that was a no-doubter from the tip to the very end of the game.
Yeah, Brother Rice led big in that game, up by 23 with 2.5 to go. Hamama for 3, no. Trey with a rebound, and here come the Eaglets in no particular rush. Up by 19. This is their largest lead.
And it's going to be interesting to see what Covert talked about in the locker room at halftime, who he's going to try to get going coming out here in the second half.
Trey's been that guy. Fader long corner right, in and out, no. And a big boy rebound by David Williams. And here comes Brother Rice on the attack. And a reach-in ticky-tack call here on the Eaglets. Just 45 seconds into the second half.
Yeah, Zip Hines with some fast hands, but unfortunately we got the wrist there. So another foul on Zip. That is his first, I believe.
That's right.
All right.
2 fouls for Crichton, 2 for Barnes, 2 for Savory. 19-footer Gray's no good. Trey with another rebound. The broad-shouldered senior All-American, McDonald's All-American. Just the second in Catholic League history. Brandon Cotton was the other one in 2003. Hines from distance, no. Knocked down 2 of those in the first half. The other way, Gray's layup. Tough bounce out, no. Savory with a big boy rebound, coast to coast with the most.
I thought Savory got a little away with a little over and back, but whenever you see a big man rip down the rebound, dribble the entire length of the court, do a Euro step, and then lay it in, you got to give him credit.
Blackjack 21-point lead for the Eaglets, trying to get revenge for the regular season loss and the only meeting between these two teams. Barnes with a steal, throw ahead, Trey, lay in, good.
Yeah, Sherrod Barnes with the quick hands. Wasn't really even looking at the defender, just has that knack of reaching back in the right time.
Throw low to Hamama. He'll cross over and go in before getting swatted by the Michigan State football tight end commit Jaden Savory. Eaglets won the state title in football earlier this year under Jermaine Gonzalez, who's also the athletic director. Jeff Calcaterra is the athletic director for Brother Rice. He's in the house.
Yeah, the thing I like about that swat shot, too, is it was left-handed. You know, the offhand block.
Step back three, David Williams. No. Rebound, Sherrod to Trey, and he's going to lay it up and stuff it. And the Eaglets are just making a mockery of this semifinal right now.
Yeah, Trey McKinney not known for his above-the-rim play, but when he gets that open shot, he's going to try to take it. He just punches that ball away. I don't think I've ever heard a basketball pop like that. Did you hear that, Chad?
Yeah, there was a thump.
Yeah, we heard it through the headphones.
Things feel a little different coming off the bulky, broad-shouldered body of the All-American Trey McKinney. Back-to-back Michigan Player of the Year. He's trying to become the first Eaglet ever to be Mr. Basketball in St. Mary's 112-year history. Block shot, jump ball, Sherrod Barnes, and that'll go back to St. Mary's.
Just incredible man-to-man defense right there by Sherrod Barnes. Kept his feet on the ground, went with one hand up and was able to block it. But here you get a look at the breakaway dunk by Trey McKinney. Like I said, not a high flyer, but he can throw it down when he wants to.
No, not one of those above-the-rim guys. When you talk about these great players, you think above the rim. That's not his game. But he's got a lot of game at three different levels. Backdoor cut, laying good. And Trey has 22 points right now, and St. Mary's lead is its largest. Timeout, Rick Palmer. We'll take it with him. Back to Birmingham we come. Thanks for watching tonight, wherever you are.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
Well, we talked to Rod Moore and Ross and Austin at halftime. Go find him, get a bid, get your pavement right. 833-PAVEMENT, Arm Pavement Services. Email them at bids@armpavementservices.com. In business 5 years. It's a COVID business that has really grown. A lot of those COVID businesses have happened. I know you're familiar with one of those.
So are you.
Yep. Good things came out of that COVID thing.
Yeah, some people use the time to just kind of reset and reload, and you know it's a good thing when you can get your family together to create a business like that. I know you work closely with your dad. I had a solid relationship with my dad, and it would have been cool to have a business with him as well. So a lot of respect for those young men.
Yep, absolutely. Cool thing to have and to watch succeed. Brother Rice basketball right to left. St. Mary's has had their way opening up this quarter with an 8-0 lead in the quarter. Until now, that's Sebastian Thrower, who we saw come off the bench against Muskegon. He was impressive.
Yeah, that was a nice take there, too. A tough angle, able to get it up off the glass. Put some points on the board here and take that lid off the bucket.
Smith went for the steal, Savory went for the bucket, and he'll get 2 free throws.
Looks like that foul is going to go on Caffey. Just a strong take by Savory. I mean, he's a big tank, and once he gets that forward momentum going, you got to get out of the way or get those feet planted.
Number 1 rated tight end in the state of Michigan entering his senior year, and he had an absolutely fabulous one-handed catch. It was our play of the week. As you get a look at the standings, UAD is the number 1 team in the state of Michigan. Despite that loss to Warren Lincoln, forget about that. They took up their first L last week. They're 7-0 in this league. Brother Rice, the number 2 seed, and then St. Mary's the number 3. Trey with a stick back off the miss. He's got 24, and the lead has blossomed to 27.
I thought that gave him his 10th rebound too, but Pat the Stat has him at 9, so that must be 9.
Yep. Pat the Stat Bush and Jamie Janssen on stats. Right wing 3, elbow, or heel rather, no. Savory the other way. Down low, Luke Crichton laying good. Sharing of the sugar from Savory was sweet.
And that's a couple of nice assists Savory has had in this game. Just good court vision.
The Eaglets and the Warriors are on a collision course to play again in the state playoffs. It will not be in the districts, it would be in the regional, but this has been one of those things where you have both an opportunity to play them 3 times and then maybe 4 times.
Well, and when they're great programs, you don't mind that. You know, I like when great programs get to match up multiple times.
Just 1 matchup this year, so 3 is the most they could have, but in years past, 2 regular season matchups, they've played 4 times. Little slip pass, Savory, no. It's a block. It'll go on Jacob Lamb. But the Eaglets offense looks pretty cohesive, Stick, in the half court, in transition. They did learn a few things, it looks like, when Trey McKinney left for 5 games.
Yeah, I mean, Trey McKinney's been absolutely dominant tonight, so it's really tough to judge, you know, throwing him back in the offense. But you kind of saw how everybody just more accepted their roles, right? You understand that it's more of a team game. Because part of the knock on St. Mary's earlier this season is they had a bunch of number 1s, and you need some 2s and 3s that accept their role, can play defense, understand that they got to knock down big shots when they're called upon. And you can see them really bloom while he was out. And part of that had to do with the lineup changes, too, as well. Not only who they substitute for Trey.
Savory down low to Trey, who scores again. McKinney has 26 points in this game.
I mean, Brother Rice has just been stifled on the offensive end.
6 of 27. Here's a steal, Trey to Sherrod, reverse, good.
We're right next to the Brother Rice student section. You're just getting a bunch of head shakes when that happens. There's nothing else they can do.
Splash City, that's Greg Grays from top side.
Yeah, Gray's got a silky jumper, man. He is a talented player. You know, I think Brother Rice is going to look at this game and learn a lot from it.
Sherrod high on the left. And timeout, Todd Covert will take it with him. 2 minutes left in the third. It's been all Eaglets. Back with more after this.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Well, the Avenue Family Restaurant on Woodward and Royal Oak, 31253, or you can call them. Call ahead. Get them as well for carry out. That's what I do on my Saturday mornings. 248-549-4130. Or you can email them at ordering@theavenuerestaurant.com. We thank them for their sponsorship tonight.
Chad, I just witnessed something I don't think I've ever seen.
Yeah, what was it?
The entire student section of Brother Rice just got up and left. Well, I'd say 90% of them.
Interesting.
When we got here, it was floor to wall. Gentlemen in blazers and ties, looked excellent. But with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, they just walked out, and you saw the team looking at them, too.
Yeah. It's got to be deflating.
Interesting.
31-point St. Mary's lead, and it grows with a Peyton Kemp lay-in off another good pass from Peyton Kemp.
Yeah, Peyton Kemp has really kind of had a breakout game in this game. We've seen him with a couple nice dribbles, some good defensive plays, and some nice shots.
Lots of contributors tonight for the Eaglets. Trey 12 of 15 in this game right now, and 1 rebound shy of a double-double. The winner gets U of D on Friday. 7:30 start from Callahan Hall.
And U of D had a good game, I would say, against De La Salle right before this. Through 3 quarters, it was tight, but they kind of pulled out in the end.
But they struggled, Stick, to be honest, early on in
early
that game,
in the game,
right?
yep.
3 quarters, I mean, they did not play what we have seen, their best basketball.
Mm-hmm. But they were able to pull away in the end by double digits. So, I mean, when you look at the scorebook.
And that's what good teams do.
Right.
So give them credit there. And give De La Salle credit. They competed in that game. They led for, you could argue, maybe the majority of the game.
Yeah, the first half.
Yeah. Rip drive, kick, corner, throws it away. Was looking in the corner for Jacob Lamb. David Williams has been fabulous this year. And look, he has been relied upon this season, and it's been a rough night for him. But this guy this year has been a great story for Brother Rice.
Yeah, only 2 points on the night for him. Typically, he's one of their premier scorers, and that's 3 fouls on Jaden Savory. So you're going to see him head to the bench. I believe that is
Quincy Wright, who checks in. Quincy sat out. He's been injured for 6 days, got injured in practice, and has been a starter for most of the year. Hamama for 3.
And Todd Covert kind of talking to Trey McKinney about leaving Hamama wide open like that. You know, it's the details, even when you're up 30.
Kemp with a floater that fills. Kemp's had a solid game off the bench tonight for Orchard Lake.
Yeah, honestly, we've seen a lot of Orchard Lake basketball this year, and this is one of his better games.
8 points for the 10th grader, Peyton Kemp. Kathy for 3-0.
Rick Palmer just takes a deep breath and looks at the scoreboard after that shot.
3 seconds left in the third. Step back Sherrod at the horn, no good, and that's how the third quarter ends. It's a third quarter that the Eaglets win 21-8. We're back with a final fourth quarter after this. The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here. Brother Rice 18-1 on a 15-game win streak that looks like it'll end, but it's been a great run for Brother Rice. Don't let this game fool you. Trying to get back to the golden era. And Rick Palmer's done a fabulous job this year leading Brother Rice. And their last title, 1974, John Blackwell, who went to Wisconsin, is absolutely tearing it up for the Badgers. He had 32 against Iowa last week. Put up 15 a game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Big Ten all-freshman team. No surprise there, but good to see John Blackwell doing great things in Madison.
Yeah, he was a fun player to watch in his tenure at Brother Rice. Looking at some of these stats from the rest of the third quarter, 13 turnovers for Brother Rice and only 1 assist, 12 assists for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Another big part of the offensive end.
Don't forget, Friday we will also cover the girls' championship game, and that will be Father Gabriel Richard, #1 in the state in Division II, taking on Toledo Notre Dame. So that'll be a fun one. We'll have that at 5:30 on Friday, and then at 7:30 it'll be UAD against what appears to be St. Mary's, but we'll have to wait till the conclusion. Surprising margin of lead right now, no matter who it was. If it was Brother Rice leading by this, St. Mary's leading by this, this is not what we expected.
No, not of the respected #2 and #3 to 5 team in the state, right?
Yep. Throw ahead, Trevor Smith, fouled going up by Sherrod Barnes.
Sherrod Barnes, he said, we may be up by 32, but no free chili, as Rick Mahorn would say.
Yeah, that's it. St. Mary's went 3-2 as you look at the Smith attempt before the foul. Went 3-2 without Trey during that 5-game stretch. But 2 of those losses, I mean, one was by 2 points, one was by 1 point, and one was by East Lansing, who some have #2 or 3 in the state, and the other was to this Brother Rice team.
Yeah, no shame in any of St. Mary's losses this year. It's not like they lost to somebody they shouldn't have, right? They lost to some really good teams in some really crucial moments.
For sure. And no shameful losses for Brother Rice either. Their only loss was to #1 UAD. Free throw violation, lane violation. Smith will get 1 more. Trevor's been a big part of the resurgence for the Warriors this year too. You recall they lost Williams, Elijah Williams, and we haven't talked a lot about that, but anytime you lose a guy who's ranked in the top 30 in the country in his class, you get a little nervous. But Rick Palmer went back in the lab and looked within and got his team to where they're at now on a 15-game win streak. And I mean, it's been an impressive coaching job by Rick, and it's been an impressive run for Brother Rice. And they're not done. Look, the state tournament is what matters, and we've seen both these teams go at it in the state tournament, and it'll be fun setting the stage perhaps for a regional final showcase.
Yeah, you bring up Elijah Williams last year. We kind of got to watch him come into his own early in the season. He was, I don't want to say uncoordinated, but he just didn't have it all together. But by mid-season, end of the season, him and Trey McKinney was a fun one-on-one matchup to watch, and I was looking forward to seeing that growth. But like you said, Rick Palmer able to pull it together and get this team playing really some of the best basketball Brother Rice has ever played.
Yeah. Kemp again, put him in double figures. The 10th grader, Peyton Kemp for 2.
And that floater is lethal. I mean, that's the shot that you can tell is he's very comfortable with floating through the lane, dropping that up.
Very highly touted coming out of 8th grade, and sat out last year with an injury. Was a part of the state championship team but never played. Attack thrower lost it out of bounds, knocked out by Mateen Cleaves Jr. Ball out of bounds, near side baseline, right in front of us.
Yeah, we are right in the action. There you get another look at that Peyton Kemp floater. That's beautiful.
Grays had it swatted by Trey. Back out to Thrower. Thrower had it swatted by Quincy Wright. And the Eaglets some kind of block party tonight, not something we're used to seeing them do. Williams pull up 18-footer. And a boo-boo by the rookie Cleaves.
Well, it's good to see Quincy Wright back out there. I mean, St. Mary's, you could say one thing they are lacking this year is depth and size. You have Jaden Savory, but outside of that, they really haven't had anybody come up to fill that role. And Wright's supposed to be that guy. He's next.
Yep. Division I prospect at 6'8". He'll check out now for Jaden Savory. St. Mary's 12-6, 5-2 in the league. Champions a year ago in both the Catholic League and in the state. 5 state titles to their credit. semifinalist in 2023. And, of course, Kalen Lucas, one of the best all-time in Eaglet history, and the guy that Trey McKinney knocked out of the way for the all-time leading scorer. Kalen in 84 games in 2006 put up 1,688 points. Trey has now surpassed the 1,700 point mark. And Kalen was there.
Yeah, it was a cool moment. Kalen Lucas, who played professionally in the NBA a little bit and a lot over in Europe, able to come back and hand Trey McKinney the award.
Yeah, pretty classy. Cleaves from the elbow, no. And Kathy with a rebound.
Yeah, Kathy looks like he just wants to dunk this basketball.
He dunked one nasty earlier. Corner three, Williams, good. That's David Williams.
And I believe that's his first field goal of the game. He had some points at the free throw line.
Oh, yeah, you might be right. Well, 6 points in the game. Might have had a, but you're right. Point made. It's his first three. And it might be his first field goal. I think you're right, sir. Meanwhile, Greg Graves Jr. will check out. St. Mary's looking like they will get a chance for another revenge game. They lost to UAD earlier this year. And previewing that matchup, UAD St. Mary's, I mean, it's going to be one for the ages.
Yeah, it's always a good matchup. I mean, those two programs have been pretty incredible. The Catholic League Central has just been incredible. Whoever you want to talk about in the matchups, but UAD St. Mary's, UAD Brother Rice, they've been the cream of the crop the last couple years.
These have been the big three, and fittingly, the top three this year as well. And a lot more to be said. Peyton Kemp is fouled by Williams. That'll be the team's second foul in the quarter.
Yeah, and I say all that, and I didn't mention De La Salle, who didn't win the Catholic League, but went on and won the whole darn thing that one year. So, I mean, anybody in the Catholic League Central is a tough out once it comes tournament time, just because of the competition that they play throughout the year.
Yep. And they will find each other early in the tournament, which some have trouble with, not having a seeded tournament.
And honestly, for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, you look at their regular season record, and we were talking kind of pregame, they're almost like the Kansas City Chiefs in a way at this point, with winning the states last year, having the Mr. Basketball potential, the All-American. They didn't need the regular season. This is what they wanted, and they have shown out so far here in the postseason.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great. Participate!
Arm Pavement Services, family-owned business that's been in business now for 5 years. Austin Moore, Ross Moore, and Rod Moore, all St. Mary's either honorary alums or alums. Go find them. Arm Pavement Services Incorporated. They offer a wide range of pavement maintenance services, including asphalt, paving, concrete, paving, seal coating, crack fill, and stripping. And their website is armpavementservices.com. The email to get there is armpavementservices.com, or you can call them at 833-PAVEMENT. We thank the Moores for their generosity and sponsorship of the CHSL semifinal. St. Mary's leads at 57-30. Chad Bush and Sam Stickday with you. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. 4:40 left. Hamama Steele laying good and the foul. No, they're going to wave that off. They're going to call it offensive and wave the bucket off.
Yeah, Brother Rice, I don't think they know that was a call, but it was on Hamama for the charge. Picking up a full court press.
There's a low pass from Savory that Trey couldn't field at shortstop. And Savory will get rid of it. And Sherrod will put it in the hole.
Yeah, smart move by Savory. And once again, for a center to be able to strip that ball, drive the lane, realize I don't have the numbers, pull it out, and then drop off for an assist, it's pretty impressive.
The assist leader tonight for St. Mary's is none other than Jaden Savory with 6. Splash City from the corner from Caffey. That's a part of his game that they've grown to trust and rely on. Trey down the avenue, fouled by Trevor Smith.
But I like the fight in Brother Rice right here. Sometimes in these blowout games, if you know that you're going to play them down the road and you start getting a little bit of momentum, you start figuring things out, your jump shot starts falling, the next time you play, you pick up where you left off. So if you're St. Mary's, you don't want to let your opponent off the mat. And if you're Brother Rice, you want to establish something for the next time that you play.
And the next time Brother Rice will play will be next week. And they'll go to the bench. They'll bring in the freshman Tribal, Adam Tribal, along with Greg Graves Jr., who returns. Well, we've got hockey action going on down in Grosse Pointe. Grosse Pointe Liggett taking on Country Day. And I wonder if we get a score update from there. 61-33 after the Trey McKinney double make. That's a 3. And that's David Williams, and that's a David Williams we've known to grow and love.
Yeah, and see, that's exactly the type of player I'm talking about, right? He was 0 of 8 at one point in this game, and now he's starting to knock down jump shots. The next time he steps on the court, he's going to feel that.
Yeah. Sherrod's throw ahead to Savory, a familiar position for the tight end. Made the catch down the middle of the field, laid it up, couldn't finish.
Yeah, he does have such soft hands. He'll catch anything you throw at him. And around the rim, he just knows how to close. He's excellent at playing the ball off the glass. You see a lot of big men just try to go straight through the rim. He's always banking that off the glass. I don't think I've ever seen him just try to put one in.
Yep. Missed the start of the season due to having an extended football season. St. Mary's going all the way to the state championship game. He did not play in the first several basketball games to recover from some football, well, not injuries, but football things.
And you wonder when they played the Villages how much of a difference that made, because they had a large team, 6'8", 6'8", 6'10" across the board. And like I said earlier, St. Mary's does not have the big man depth.
Eaglets lost their opener to the Villages. Meanwhile, Sherrod Barnes gets up and gets down. With 3 minutes left, Barnes in the contest now with 11 joins the double-figure party. Williams for 3 again, no.
Oh, good defense by Williams, getting the steal, but unfortunately he throws it away to Zip, then takes it back away from Zip, drives the lane, and a foul.
Helter-skelter.
Well, you can't question the effort, and you know what? A lot of that comes from coaching, too. A lot of teams down by 30 that just put their head down and quit.
We got a scoring update in the KLAA, and it's Livonia Stevenson leading Belleville 23-20. The Fighting Westfalls with a big lead in the first half. Alex Westfall with a big smile on his face.
My mom, first graduating class, Livonia Stevenson.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that's quite a bond we haven't talked about before.
Yeah, her and Westy talked about it at the wedding.
Yeah, I missed that combo. Meanwhile, Pontiac Notre Dame Prep is looking to give Oxford their first L, 33-28. Oxford with the longest win streak in the state, I believe. It's 17 games right now. The state champion Notre Dame Prep football club. Trey gets a live and right roll to fall, and he's now got 30 points in this game to go with 10 rebounds and 4 assists. He's got 29 points. My bad. Jam Jan's so quick with that trigger, I can't even get ahead of her. And he missed it.
He'll stay at 29.
Layup good. That's David Williams coming on late. He's got 13 points to lead the way. There's a steal, and David Williams for 3-0. Luke Crichton battling and wins out. Oh, there's a punch right there. Jacob Lamb with a punch, and watch out. Oh, we've got something now. Crichton grabbed the rebound, and Lamb hit him. And that was just an absolute unnecessary move.
Yeah, we call that a frustration foul. But you could tell when Crichton came down with that rebound, he got hit hard, and then David Lamb took exception to it and started pushing him from the back. And of course, teammates came to help, and the fracas went on. And you see Coach Palmer not happy about it either.
Yeah. Well, a lot of chaos, but Crichton won the rebound battle, and Lamb didn't like it, and he threw a punch.
Yeah, he punched him right in the back. See, you see Crichton come down right there. Lamb went over the head of him. Crichton kind of rips it, gives a little bit of elbow, walks away. Trey steps in. Sherrod comes in. Sherrod gets pushed from the back by number 23, David Williams.
Yep, Sherrod pushed Lamb. Lamb went flying like a flea against the wall.
And there you see Trey McKinney using that future Michigan education, putting my hands up and getting out of here, sir. I got a future to protect.
Yeah, really unnecessary.
Yeah, so, I mean, the two clear fouls on Brother Rice. One was on Lamb for the initial push in the back, and then you got the secondary push by David Williams.
We'll get another look at it. It's frustration. You know, you understand the frustration of it all, but you don't want kids to get suspended either way. Here's another look at it.
So when he comes down, watch Lamb on this part. There you can see the walkaway. There's the initial push. Then Sherrod separates him. Then Sherrod gets pushed in the back by 23. So it's going to be interesting to see how the officials sort it out. I mean, if they'd want to come over here and look at the replay, I think they could get a better view of it if they really want to see what happened. But either way, there's going to be some things to sort out.
Yep. And there was some, you know, pushing after, but a rebound came down and guys grabbed position and understand the frustration, but the pushes and the shoves after the fact are just not going to sit well with anybody.
I mean, anything in the back, right? Like if someone's walking away from you and you decide to punch them in the back, that's a questionable move at minimum. And I'm not going to sit here and throw stones. I've made mistakes in my life, but on the basketball court, you can't be doing that stuff.
No. Well, we'll step aside while they sort this thing out. We're coming back in a moment. Thanks for watching We're the Prep. The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
My time to shine, he took over. He got it, splash! And that will put some gauze on it. Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
So here's another look at It's all been sorted out. Crichton with a little positioning of the elbows as well. I can understand that getting seen as an authoritative move, but it's all been sorted out. So Caffey gets a personal foul. Lamb gets a technical foul for Brother Rice. For St. Mary's, Garrett Govier gets a technical foul. He came off the bench. And Aiden Hanks gets a technical foul. He came off the bench as well. You cannot leave the bench. And so that's why those two players got the technical fouls for St. Mary's. Lamb, of course, the shove in the back after the play, and that's why he got the tech. And I mean, Sherrod Barnes didn't get anything, and he shoved the guy as far.
Well, Sherrod shoved because he got shoved. So, I mean, a couple shovers got away with some shoves.
Yeah, right.
St. Mary's, the only thing got busted for them was the guys coming off the bench. And the officials are trying to explain it to Coach Palmer. You see Jermaine Gonzalez at the scorer's table as well, making sure. And that's a big man right there, too. So he can relegate some situations. I think Palmer's trying to maybe have an early exit himself. Get your team fired up. There it is.
There it is.
There's a two. There it is.
There's another one.
Bam.
The old double dip.
Yeah, you could tell he was trying to do that, and that's really to send a message to your team that I got your back, and I'll be here to fight for you guys in the future too.
Yep. And he'll be suspended for a game as well. Rick doesn't have to go far to go home.
No, but you could tell he was on a mission. He said, all right, 2 minutes left. We're down 30. I can let my assistant coach handle the rest of this game.
No doubt. So, it's been a long pause. There you see the bench. And that is the active bench boss, I believe.
Well, we knew we were going to see fireworks in this game, Chad. Unfortunately, it didn't happen on the scoreboard or on the court.
Josh Baker will take over. The former assistant at Alabama under Nate Oates and the former River Rouge coach. As the technical free throw by Luke Crichton.
And St. Mary's putting their entire bench on the court right now. And that's a smart move by Todd Covert, especially when cheap shots are being taken. You don't need any of your starters taking shots to the back or anything like that.
No, you don't need guys in there really at this point either way.
No.
I mean, you're trying to, these are things that can happen when you got guys in when you got a 30-point lead. Either way, I don't get it, but I also understand the fact you want to keep guys sharp and you want to get them ready for the next game, but man, bad things happen in leads like this. And
yeah.
You don't.
And you wonder how much of the Trey McKinney factor is it? Like, they haven't played together in a couple games. You want to get them acclimated. You got a big game coming up on Friday, so you want your starters to get some minutes together.
Trey needs minutes to get back in, game shape. I would agree with that.
So almost a perfect storm that kind of causes that type of situation. And here you see Brother Rice doing the same thing, checking out their starters. And it looks like Hanks
and Govier will head to the bus.
Yep. They have been kicked out of the arena.
So a whole slew of Warriors and Eaglets into the game.
Well, the handshake line's going to be fun.
Yep. Robert Blackwell in. Isaiah Caffey, the younger brother of Jeremiah, is in. Ben Wachter is into the ballgame for Brother Rice. Ivan Stojakovsky. Glad I got to say that. I practiced it all night. And Khalil Sanders. And meanwhile, for the Eaglets, Christian Layton will check in. The senior wing at 6'3", along with Quincy Wright and Axel Newell. Peyton Kep also returns for OLSM along with Cleaves, and Bella Mateus will check in at the next whistle for St. Mary's. 95 seconds left in this one. It's been all St. Mary's from the jump. They led 13-2. Brother Rice would close it to 15-9, and that was as close as they would get. Christian Layton, right wing for three. That's long, and the rebound pulled down by Isaiah Caffey, junior guard.
You love when the bench players get in and the other teams or the starters sitting down get hyped when they take a shot.
Yes, it's good for everybody, good for the soul. These guys work hard, and this is a big-time moment. Anytime you get some time in a Catholic League semifinal or final. Splash City, smooth-looking J from Isaiah Caffey.
Man, he was a good distance behind that three-point line, too, as well. Shot that with all the confidence in the world.
Dylan Arafat will check in along with Bella Mateus Jr. Axel Newell will sit along with Peyton Kemp. 50.7 seconds left. Don't forget, we'll have our G of the game coming up after this one. Bella Mateus with the basketball. Out to Christian Layton. Mateen cleaves to the rack and he lays it in. The ninth grader gets the final bucket for the Eaglets perhaps in this game.
Ninth grader. A year ago he was 5'8". This year 6'3".
Yeah, quite a growth spurt.
Insane.
Yep. And Bella Mateus Jr. lays it in. Out of Clifford Smart, junior high. And with 11.5 seconds left, Eaglets will get another fresh face in. Bruce Haynes will check in, the junior. Blackwell. Out to Stojakovsky. 3 Caffey, no, and that's how this thing will end. Eaglets win. They'll advance to the finals on Friday to take on UAD. Back with our G of the game and much, much more after this. Thanks for watching. We're the Prep. The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Welcome back to Marion High School. The Eaglets have won for the 13th time this year and advanced to the finals on Friday night against UAD Jesuit for a chance for revenge against the Cubs. Joined now by our G of the game, and Trey McKinney is the man. 29-10 in this game for Trey, and what can you say about this win? This was a game that certainly nobody really expected this kind of margin either way. You guys came out from the start, and it looked like you felt pretty comfortable.
Yeah, we just knew we had to come in and do.
Brother Rice has been on a roll this season. They got us a couple weeks ago, so we know how to come back, and it all started on the defensive end, so that was really good for us to execute on the defensive end.
It was good to see your team get off and run and transition. I know that's a big part of what you guys like to do. Talk about the defense and the 4 steals and how much emphasis that was in this game.
I think our defensive pressure and our defensive intensity, that really helped us get out in transition and get easy buckets early. So, and especially in the third quarter when we broke it loose, got on a good run. So it was pretty good.
What was it like watching this game back on the 24th of January and in person and unable to play?
It was really tough being out for almost a month. But it's really God's plan. So just keeping my faith in him and just trying to come back stronger. So,
how does the hand feel, and how have you been able to work with it despite the lingering issue?
It feels good. I feel like I'm in better shape than I was during the season because I stayed running, I stayed in the gym. So I just really feel like I'm in really good shape right now.
Congratulations on your McDonald's All-American honor last week. How excited were you when you got the news, and talk about how great of an honor it must feel?
It's a blessing. Not a lot of guys get to do that, and it's a very prestigious game. So I'm just happy to put on for my state and my city.
A chance to be the first Eaglet ever to be named Mr. Basketball. How much do you think about that, and how great of an honor would it be for you and your school?
The team comes first, but the team comes first, and everything else will handle itself.
Thoughts on UAD and a chance to get them back on Friday night in Detroit?
It's going to be a good game. Great coach. UAD's been on a roll all season, so it all starts on the defensive end. We got some tough guys over there, but it all starts with defense.
There he is, the All-American for the Eaglets, 29-10 tonight, and a hot shooting start. They got the Eaglets going 12 of 16. Thanks so much, Trey. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. We're coming back with highlights, stats, and much, much more from Marion High School. St. Mary's wins it tonight. Back with a wrap-up right after this.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Some highlights from this one. St. Mary's wins at 72-41. Stick, they really dominated every quarter but the fourth. How were they able to build this lead up early, and how important was it?
They were just making shots early. Brother Rice they were shooting about 20% throughout the entire game today. And they were just making shots. St. Mary's shot 61% from the field. They kind of cooled off from the three-point line in the second half, only going 0 of 6, so that put them at 28% of the game. But by that time, the game was already way out of the way. And then you just saw some uncharacteristic balling from the guys from Brother Rice. We're talking about Greg Grays, who I told you was a walk-in 20-point. He shot 3 of 11 from the field today, only had 10 points. And then David Williams, only 4 of 16 from the field. And all of that came when they were down 30 points. So really just a lockdown, great game for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Got the flow back with Trey McKinney. 30-10 player. Anytime you can add him to the lineup, you do it. And then we saw the fireworks at the end, which, I think was more of a strategic thing to go into the state playoffs. Hey, next time we play these guys, let's put our head down and I'll go to battle for you. That's what Rick Palmer was telling his team when he decided to get 2 tees and end his night a little bit early.
David Williams led them offensively with 13 points. As you mentioned, it came too little too late. St. Mary's was able to force 18 turnovers in this game, which in the end would help their transition offense, getting easy looks, easy shots. And the Eaglets get 29 from Trey McKinney, 11 from Sherrod Barnes, 10 from Peyton Kemp off the bench, 7 from Jaden Savory. And a big number that you're looking at and pointing to is something we should speak on.
Yeah, the assists in this game. 15 assists for Orchard Lake St. Mary's and only 2 for Brother Rice. So when St. Mary's is playing that team basketball, and I mean the leading assist guy, Jaden Savory, your center, they were running the point through him, and he was doing an incredible job distributing this afternoon or this night here at Marion High School.
So St. Mary's breaks Brother Rice's 15-game win streak. And Brother Rice now falls to 18-2. St. Mary's will improve to 13-6. St. Mary's will play on Friday to take on UAD, a team that has already knocked off the Eaglets this year down in Detroit. And that'll be a battle we'll have for you at 7 o'clock in Detroit at Callahan Hall on Friday on the Prep. We'll open with the girls' game in the championship game from the Bishop Division. Ann Arbor Father Gabriel Richard taking on Toledo Notre Dame. But for St. Mary's, we talked about Trey and what he did, and there were others that certainly helped. Isaiah Hines, amongst others, and Savory, you talked about his ability. But I feel like defensively, this tone was set early. It was physical, and there was really no second chance opportunities in this game. St. Mary's at times had allowed second chance opportunities throughout the year. There was none of that tonight. They cleaned up and didn't allow second chance opportunities either.
Yeah, I mean, early in the game, we were talking about how Trevor Smith was going to assert himself. It looked like they had the size advantage. They were going to use him. And that was like the first 2-3 minutes of the game. And you didn't hear much of Trevor Smith after that. And Jaden Savory did a good job adjusting, playing him one-on-one down low, using his strength and his balance to compete against the size.
These two teams are set to meet again someday. They will face each other perhaps in the regional finals coming up. Both need to take care of their respective districts. That's never a given, but it would be fun to see these two teams play again coming up next month.
Yeah, it's fun to watch these kids run around the court and play right now, too. The guy just did the too small and stomped on him. But, yeah, no, anytime these two teams match up, it's so fun to watch. You can tell there's a little bit of animosity between these programs, but in a healthy way. And that's where we want to keep it on the court, fellas. And next time they play, let's decide it on the scoreboard.
All right. It was another great call with you, partner. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
We will see you very soon.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing the call on Friday.
You bet. We will have coverage Friday. We'll also have coverage tomorrow of the Motor City Cruise, 11 a.m. basketball. Hope you can join us then. And time to say so long for our great crew. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Austin Sonnenberg on graphics. Stick on audio and on color commentary.
Woo!
Evan Westfall on replay. Chris Armani Rose on a camera. Fish on a camera. And Kyle Buchanan on a camera as well. Jam Jan on stats. Pat on stats. And thank you to Molly Campbell and all the great folks at the CHSL. Your final score, St. Mary's wins it 72-41. Good night, everybody.